Welcome back, guys. Post-Thanksgiving break. We gained some weight, I think.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we ate a lot of good food. I made the mac and cheese for Thanksgiving.
I made the stuffing.
Yeah.
It's hard stuff.
Pun
It's
intended?
challenging.
Pun intended?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, he didn't have any mac and cheese and begged me for some of mine, so maybe one of these days I'll grace you with my mac and cheese. Bannock, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. I didn't make anything, but I ate a lot of food.
Nice job, Frank.
Hey,
And I would love to try your mac and cheese as well.
hey, Chef Tristino doesn't pop out as much anymore. He used to cook dinner once a week, but he does not do that anymore.
Unfortunately, the Chiefs did lose, though, on Thanksgiving. And that,
Yeah.
But the Bears won on Black Friday, and
Nice
that
job, man.
that is what we're... You lost to America's team.
So does that make it worse or better?
I hate America's team.
But now we are in full Christmas swing. I personally believe that the tree should go up in December. That's my personal belief. There is a Christmas tree, little festive. I hope you enjoyed the typo Claro flag.
It's fine now.
Oh, you fixed it now?
It's
no
been
typo.
fixed. It was always perfect.
Claro?
It was never wrong.
Oh no, sorry guys. Yeah, but
Christmas.
Christmas, huh?
Yeah.
Speaking of that, we figured we start this episode off hot, fresh off the grill. We're gonna go top 5 Christmas songs. Colin was very lost and confused in his search today, as he was telling me about it. So I just want to kick it off with you because he did some film. He did some film study.
I did. Right after psychology, I got out and I listened to the tapes.
All right.
And I made a good list, I think, that everyone can be proud of.
Okay. Are there any honorable mentions in your list?
Save the honorable mentions until we get top 3 or top 1.
All right.
I like that.
All right. Cool.
Okay, I'll start out with my 5. We're starting hot with a fun one. I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. It's a classic from childhood, still hits to this day.
Yeah.
I think that's a good baseline for the list.
Yeah. I'm just searching it because I just don't know a lot of names.
You're pulling on me.
Yeah, of course. But
Right.
actually, no. I do have a 5, and then we're
Okay.
gonna go. Santa Claus is Coming to Town, but by the Jackson 5.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Jackson 5. A young Michael can never go wrong. Michael never did any wrong.
Black Michael.
He did not touch those kids. that's number 4.
Are you doing number 4?
No,
Okay.
you got it. I mean, yeah, we could do it like Amara Shah style. Number 4! Go ahead.
References.
I should start doing that.
With my number 4, I'm going to go Up on the Housetop.
I do not know what that
Click,
one
click,
is.
click.
Down Can the Chimney on St. Nick? Is that?
Something like that.
I think it's that one, right?
Yeah, you know that.
I
You definitely know that.
Number 4, look, this might not be very well liked by people, but I gotta go All I Want for Christmas Is You. I by Mariah Carey, obviously. People may have that as their number 1. It's probably the most well-known Christmas song of this generation, but like it is very overplayed, but it's also, when it's on, everybody knows the words. So
I mean,
it
yeah,
can't
to
not
its
be
point,
on
the
there.
only reason people don't like it, I feel like, is because it is overplayed.
It's so, like,
It
it's
is a banger.
everywhere. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's a fantastic song.
Yeah.
So, but I can't put it higher than 4. And
Yeah, I didn't put it on my list. It's not one of my honorable mentions, but it's definitely up there.
Yeah, no, okay.
Number 3 for me, I'm gonna go a little older, a little slower. White Christmas by Bing Crosby specifically. I feel like the slower Christmas songs, they fit the vibe of the holiday season really well.
The Little Drummer Boy. I just saw that one by me.
That's a good one too.
Yeah. Number 3, gotta go Feliz Navidad. Yeah,
Take it.
I may not speak a whole lot of Spanish, but that, let me tell you, my Puerto Rican comes out. As a Puerto Rican did make it. So, yeah, we're gonna go.
Is that true?
Yes, actually. Feliz Navidad.
Fact of the day.
Okay.
Number 2, we're getting into the meat and potatoes of the list.
I feel like that's number 3.
Yeah, number 3 is meat and potatoes. Come on now.
Oh, are we? I guess.
Number
Do
2.
I have a? For my honorable mention, I'll go. Do they know it's Christmas time at all? I don't know if that's the actual title of it, but
Sing it.
that's my honorable mention.
Do they even
No,
know
no,
it's
no.
Christmas at all? How do you have it typed out that way? How did you not find it? Whatever.
That's my honorable mention.
Okay.
So I wasn't
Yeah,
like
no,
I didn't
fair.
actually have it down. But for my number 2, I'm gonna go Last Christmas by Wham.
I forgot.
I
gave you my heart.
That's
very
next
number,
day you gave it away.
that's number 1 on my list.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it.
Shout out George Michael.
You know, I found out just the other day that George Michael is Wham. Like, I did not know that until like
Him and just
yesterday.
another dude.
Did you not watch Deadpool? He talks about it there too.
When?
At the end, he talks about George Michael and
I
Wham.
missed it.
Oh man, okay. Number 2. I had it and now it's gone, but it'll come back. Hold on. I don't want to. Run Run Rudolph. There you go. Yeah. Run Rudolph. Chuck Berry. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Chuck Berry.
Santa's gotta make it to town.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, I like
yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm. Run Rudolph.
It's a good one.
Thank you. Appreciate
Personally,
it.
not in the top 5, but it's a good one.
Yeah, I rock with some Chuck Berry.
All right, with my number one, I forgot about this one until I heard it. It's like not one of those ones that's knowable by name, but Christmas Rapping by the Waitresses. Do you know that one?
No, I can't say I do.
I feel like it's one of those songs that you know it when you hear it, but you don't know it by name. That's how it was for me, but I listened to the film. And that is for sure my number one. Christmas Rapping. Give it a listen. It is fire.
I'll go my number one. I saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, Jackson 5.
That's a good one.
Again, yeah. I tend to like the ones that are very catchy and allows me to sing a little bit. I don't know a lot of Stevie Wonder's Christmas songs names, but one of his would probably be my honorable mention. He has some good Christmas stuff.
I bet he does.
Everybody has a good Christmas album if they're big enough. So, can you imagine like Metallica making a Christmas album? That's where my mind went to.
My friend Jacoby would love that.
Shout out Jacoby Myers. That's who he's talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm big Juju. That's what I'm talking about.
I think this is one of our most solid top five. We said a lot of different stuff, but I agreed with most of it.
Yeah, I forgot about Wham! Last Christmas, truthfully. That would definitely be in my top five if I were to do it over again. But I'm proud of us as a whole this week.
I can't pick, honestly, because Last Christmas from Wham! Makes me want to go Colin, Feliz Navidad, and the Jackson 5. I mean, I can't pick.
Tough list.
Yeah. You know, I think it's the first time we had Bannock tie. Typically, he favors me, so, but you've done well. This means you're improving, if anything. Good job. I'm proud of you.
Good, better, best?
Never let it rest. But now to move on really quickly, we'll touch on some Mizzou sports. Big weekend again. Mizzou and Kansas playing basketball.
Absolutely.
We were there last year. All three of us were there last year. Bannock and I actually stormed the court together when Mizzou upset at that time number one Kansas. We then found out that they were really just not number one team material. But still fun nonetheless. A very fun game. Probably the loudest it's ever been at a Mizzou basketball game, I'd have to say.
Yeah, in a long time.
Yeah. I mean, the Alabama one was good too, but I would say the Kansas one was probably the loudest that it's been. But they played this weekend. Mizzou played their second Power 4 opponent, and it did not look great against Notre Dame.
The end stretch is going to skew people's vision of that game because they held the lead for the majority of the game, but still very disappointing way to lose that, especially when you have a historic day from Jacob Cruz like that.
Yeah. Just from what I saw, you can't win a basketball game with two people. You know, it's very hard to play 2-on-9, and Mark Mitchell and Jacob Cruz seem to be the only two that really came out prepared to play. I don't know what it is with Dennis Gates and his big men that typically they're not very good offensively, and they're just very big athletic bodies, but they tend not to use their athleticism right always.
I thought at the very least Sean Phillips could bring to the team. He may not score a lot, but I hoped he could at least rebound and defend better than Josh Gray did. But only 2 rebounds against Notre Dame, and you can tell he's just hot-headed a little bit, which is never good from a guy that's not really doing much for you out there. So
yeah,
that's gonna hurt in the long run, I think.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about it. So far, Anthony Robinson, I think we were expecting a little bit more offensively from him, and it just has not shown consistently yet. I think he's talented enough to do so, but it's just going to be tough, I think, right now. I don't know if... What's his first name, Peterson? Darren?
Yeah, Darren.
Darren Peterson.
He's probably going to play.
You think he's... maybe. We'll see. I think Kansas definitely going to want some revenge. And
yeah.
I'm normally not one to want to pick against Mizzou, but if there was one time, this might be the weekend. I'd just... Yes, Bannock. Oh, okay.
I'd say until... Who did Kansas just play? They lost, but they played it really close. It was Duke or UNC, one of the Blue Bloods.
I think it was UNC.
But they lost, but they played it close without Darren Peterson, and that made me a lot more nervous because Kansas is not the same team that they usually are this season.
Mm-hmm.
But with Darren Peterson out the past couple games, and if he does come back, I really don't think there's a chance, especially if Ant continues to not show much sign of progression. I thought the Notre Dame game especially, you could see it on the other side. Notre Dame having an elite guard, like Marcus Burton leading them down the stretch was the reason they won that game.
Mm-hmm.
And Mizzou really needs a guy like that if they're gonna make any noise in conference play or the NCAA tournament.
I think Trent Burns definitely has to find some playing time at some point.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah. To move on to football, obviously we don't know yet. Yes, Bannock.
I just wanted to give a shout out to Mizzou women's basketball.
There we go.
We were going to talk about that. Yeah.
I think that was gonna be our third one.
My bad.
No, you can do it.
Go ahead.
Do it.
Because your cousin.
This is your bread and butter.
Yeah. I'm just honestly, I'm a little surprised at how many games they've been winning, and I'm pleasantly surprised.
Oh yeah.
And I think Grace and Shannon make a good little combo. They can both score. Both of them could improve passing wise and probably defensively. But already the the defense as a whole, as a team, looks way better, like, under Kelly Harper, so.
Yeah, I guess we could talk about women's basketball really fast.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
we were just on the topic of basketball.
Yeah, they played Cal. That would be Thursday night. And, I mean, I ended up watching the game. And you could just tell the difference, like, the attention to detail. You could tell Kelly Harper, like, granted, in a very bright yellow dress and some heels, but the squat and the observation. I mean, that's, you just see that she's much more involved. It feels like than Pinchton like ever was, truthfully, and she cares. Like the timeout, she had a timeout when Bannock and I were at the one versus Southern, and they gave up like 3 buckets in a row, and she's literally yelling at them at half court in the middle of the timeout. Like you could tell she really wants to win. Grace Slaughter, Bannock's cousin, has very much picked it up. Very efficient now. We were talking about it. Like she's averaging like 20 and 8 and shooting 47% from the field. That's probably good enough to get her drafted if she continues in this direction. So I mean, we'll see what happens. We were talking about we weren't sure if Shannon will be able to keep up the efficiency and getting to the line. She has fallen a little bit, but she is still opposable threat on offense. And
I was dissing Shannon a little bit, like just the other day, because I don't think her style of play will be able to keep up in SEC play because it really is just, I'm going to not even make a move. I'm just going to go straight downhill and use my strength to overpower defenders. I'm not sure how that's going to look against SEC teams, but right now, her being able to take some of that pressure off Grace, I think is helping a lot.
Same thing with Reesma. I don't think her height and her strength will translate at all.
Yeah, you kind of saw it last night.
She's really not coordinated.
You saw it last night. Cal had a bigger girl on her, and she just did not play as well or as efficiently as you would thought. But pleasant surprise, Chloe Sotel. She can shoot. Let me tell you, it's a confident lefty shot from her, and it allows them to stretch the floor other than Abby Schreck, and
who hasn't been that great to start the season as is though.
No, she has not.
She wasn't last year though, or her freshman year. Like she never really.
You're kind of hoping that she would step up and be the main shooter. I felt like of this team, which is fine that she's not if Sotel is going to keep it up. Mm-hmm. But you'd like to have a couple more shooters around her, just space the floor.
Yeah, that would help Shannon out.
Oh yeah,
SEC play.
I would say right now they're a year ahead of schedule. Obviously, we don't know what it is in conference play yet, but they're getting 3-4 stars next year that are coming in, so they're going to be better from here on out. It's going to be really fun to see. Hopefully, maybe in 2 years when we're seniors, maybe they'll be opposable threat. So that should be fun.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Now moving on to football. No, there's never.
This is great.
Everybody watches women's sports. We should get those hoodies. That'll get us girlfriends. I'm thinking Mizzou football. All of them are women. No, I'm kidding. They just beat Arkansas. I guess to me, truthfully, I never really saw the big point of the rivalry because at least in recent, Mizzou has dominated, and you weren't there, but Mizzou has dominated as of recently. It was a very ugly game. The weather was bad, and
Bo Perbula threw the ball 7 times.
25 yards.
Yeah, it was one of the weirdest wins ever with how many points they put up. You look at a game from the outside looking in, and you think, probably just an offensive masterclass. Really wasn't. Just good defense, a punt return touchdown, and I don't know what to expect at this point. A bowl game, it's cool or whatever, but it doesn't really matter. It just doesn't feel as good because the end goal of the season was a playoff berth.
Yeah. We were kind of talking about it since I guess have last been on. Eli got the extension. I truthfully wasn't the happiest. We talked about it. I think you kind of talked me down from being like, he should be fired. But definitely the money that they gave him, because we were look, okay, Bannock, I see your face. Let me run some stats at you before you. He's 7-14 against ranked teams, and he's been 0-7 against all ranked SEC opponents over the last 2 seasons. How does that give you $90 million more?
Missouri football has been so bad for so long.
Okay.
That I'm just happy that we're 8, 9, 10 win seasons. I will take
the fact that we're this mad about an 8-win season is crazy to me.
That's what I'm saying.
While yes, so much money is going in the football program, it could have easily been better. 8 wins is still nothing to be it's over. Let's fire drink.
It was in the SEC. All of our losses were pretty close losses in the SEC against really good teams in the SEC, except A&M when we were hurt.
I do think the more I've looked at it, the coaching carousel was just crazy this offseason. Drink was getting a high offer. It's something that you had to do, is pay him probably more than you wanted. wanted to, just to keep him around.
Yeah, who are we going to get if he left?
That's the thing. Like, you don't know who's going to come in, if they're going to be better. He's clearly a good recruiter. I think the in-game adjustments can come with time.
Fire Kirby Moore.
Maybe. Probably not, though. I think it's good. I think the two coordinators are going to stay the same going into next season. Yeah. Especially defense, obviously.
Yeah,
Eric Link. He is gone.
I didn't expect the defense to be truthfully as good as they were. I thought they were, because we were kind of talking about at the start of the year. Their defensive line, it was very sketchy, and that Zion and Damian ended up being the best rushing tandem in the SEC.
Yeah,
so.
And Damon's getting sued now by Georgia.
What?
Georgia.
Why?
For some transfer portal disputes. Georgia. I don't know the exact details, but it sounds like there was a little bit of contact issue. Like Mizzou might have been reaching out to him too soon, or vice versa. Because they're not actually suing Mizzou, they're just suing Damon.
That's weird.
So I think it's something on his end. But yeah, anyways. The defense was poor at times, but the secondary honestly got a lot better, and that's because Toriano Pride looked like a true CB1, down the stretch at least. And I'm getting nervous because now you have to replace him again on the boundary. Andre Norwood, who wasn't amazing, he didn't play a whole lot, but you have to get a new secondary and a bunch of new players on that defense. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how it's going to look next season, but you need to hit the portal hard, and you need to replace so much talent.
Yeah, I think they ended up 25th best recruiting class, right? That's what it was. Look, I'm just glad that a lot of them don't. Maybe some of them do watch this podcast. Who knows? But I'm glad Stephen Hall is leaving. He pissed me off like nobody else.
I always felt like he's a guy I wasn't watching too much, so I couldn't actually grade him out.
It was just constant, penalties with him. It was a lot of PIs, a lot of illegal contacts, and on top of it, he was giving up receptions in chunks. So, or maybe not receptions, but yards. Like when he would it was big plays. It was busted, and it was just very annoying to watch Stephen Hall.
Yeah, Bannock.
I'm excited to see Josiah Trotter next year again.
I think because he is technically draft eligible, but it does sound like he will stick around.
He's going to be a redshirt junior.
I feel like he can boost his stock a little bit more next year. But yeah,
I hope
he was insane this season. But I say if anyone pissed me off in the secondary, it was Jalen Catalon. He's 24 already, and he was the most in 15 snaps a game. He would make the most boneheaded plays, and it would just piss me off.
But he's a 91 overall, and
yeah.
So I appreciate his services for that.
Very good.
Yeah, but it's time to move on to pick'ems. Now, I know that you guys probably click off or speed through this part, okay? But if you are still here, it should be a lot shorter. There's only a couple conference games in college football. Mm-hmm. We're only do a couple NFL games. NBA season doesn't matter enough where we're going to do anything of that. So, yeah, here we
go. Rapid fire through these first couple ones. UNLV at Boise State, Mountain West Conference.
UNLV. Boise has just not been the same.
I'll give it to Boise. It's in Idaho, right?
Yeah, it's
I'll give it to Boise.
Troy at 25th ranked, James Madison University.
I think we're talking about this. I do think James Madison gets a shot if they win due to how it's just set up. So I'm gonna go.
Napier won't coach them in that, right?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm gonna go JMU. I mean, they're the ranked team.
Yeah, JMU by a mile.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be close. Troy's offense is very bad. I think they'll blow them out.
Yeah. We got the American Championship, 2 ranked teams. 24th ranked North Texas Mean Green versus the 20th ranked Green Wave of Tulane. I love this.
Pretty good game.
Elite mascot game.
It's in New Orleans.
Hey. I think I rolled the Green Wave earlier in the year a couple times. I'm going to go with the Green Wave again.
You do like doing that.
Yeah.
I will take with the Mean Green. Go with the Mean Green. Their offense is very explosive. I don't think Tulane's going to be able to keep up.
We've got an interesting matchup here in the ACC. 7-5 Duke taking on 17th ranked 10-2 Virginia. That'll be in Charlotte, North Carolina.
I'm pretty sure if Virginia wins, I think they're in. Right, because they're the ACC champions, so they would be in. Does that make Duke in if they win?
I think so.
Oh,
I don't know how that works.
I just want to say I'm gonna pick Virginia, but the fact that Duke is in the conference championship just tells me that the ACC just needs to get so much better at football. Because why is this happening? That your 2 best teams are 7-5 and 10-2. It just pisses me off. Well, I'll go with Virginia.
Their 2 best teams. I mean, Miami is also in the ACC, but
yeah,
Clemson.
They're just not bad. I'll take Virginia as well, but truthfully, Virginia has been very sketchy in close games and against teams that they should beat. So, but I'll take Virginia as well.
Yeah.
All right. We got a fun Big 12 championship matchup.
That will be.
With the 11-1 BYU Cougars, ranked 11th, taking on also the 11-1 Red Raiders of Texas Tech, ranked 4th, and that's going to be in Arlington, Texas, at the AT&T Stadium.
Do you mind if I go into a little bit more analysis on this one?
Do your thing.
I think it's very, very hard to beat the same team twice just because adjustments. But the way that Tech beat BYU the first and dominated BYU, and it's in Texas again, I just don't see a world where BYU didn't really play a whole lot of people throughout the season. Tech dominated most people that they did play. A lot of family enjoys Texas Tech a lot. My auntie went to Texas Tech, so I'm going to go with Texas Tech from Auntie Letitia. Shout out Auntie Letitia.
Yeah, I agree with that. I tend to think that teams will split if they see each other twice in a season, and both of them are high-quality teams. But that game was just a blowout last time, 29-7, I believe. And BYU, to your point, did not play a lot of competition. They ended the season hot after losing to Texas Tech.
Mm-hmm.
I think they scored 40 points in 3 of their last 4 games. But I just don't see them competing with Tech. Tech has too much talent all around. They'll score more than 7 points, but I'm just still going to take Tech.
Yeah, just looking here, and mutual opponents, just one of them, UCF, BYU beat them 41-21, and Texas Tech beat them 48-9. Yeah. Also, his name's Jacob, right? Yeah, Jacob Rodriguez, elite linebacker.
Oh.
He
nice mustache.
No, he's like 7 forced fumbles, 4 picks as a linebacker.
That's
yeah, he's like a Heisman candidate as a defensive player. He's not going to be in the finals, but
yeah,
you know what I mean. So, yeah, but both going with Tech. That's right.
We got our SEC championship game. Be taking place in Atlanta, Georgia, with the 3rd-ranked Bulldogs taking on the 9th-ranked Crimson Tide.
Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia is the favorite here.
Georgia. It's a great song.
I think it's going to do with another very close game like it was last time.
Mm-hmm.
I think the game happened so early in the season that both teams are different now, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in this one, I just have to go with the better coach, Kirby Smart, and the home field advantage. I'll go with Georgia.
It's technically not home field. It's technically neutral, but it's in Atlanta, so yeah.
My fault.
Yeah, technically.
The near advantage.
Yeah. Look, I gotta roll with Bama again. I rolled with Bama the first time. It worked out for me. Kirby Smart struggles against Bama. He's dominated every other team but Bama in his career. And Gunnar Stockton just looked really, really bad against Georgia Tech. A team that anytime they faced any sort of adversity, I'm talking about Georgia Tech, or any decent team, they crumbled and looked really bad. And Gunnar Stockton had 70 yards.
I just feel like Bama's played too many games way too close for how good they're supposed to be. We saw against Mizzou, They played them to 3 points, which probably shouldn't have. They probably should have blown them out. But then just so many other teams that they're playing way too close for comfort. I don't think they're going to pull this one out.
We'll see. I guess we'll see.
We have a huge matchup in the Big Ten Championship.
Our game of the week.
Yeah, which is probably probably the game of the week. The 2 undefeated teams facing off against each other. 2nd-ranked Hoosiers of Indiana taking on the number 1-ranked Buckeyes of Ohio State. This is going to be in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Well, I know who I'm picking. I don't know if you necessarily.
Yes. You can go first, man.
ESPN has this as a 50-50 game.
Well, yeah.
But the Buckeyes are favorites on the betting line.
I gotta apologize to my guy, Mr. Colin. I know he is a typical watcher, and he did go to Michigan, but I gotta go with Ohio State. There's nothing to me. Indiana, they have proven that they can beat opponents this year, but I just think Ohio State's at another level. Their defense is just. It's the most expensive in history, I'm pretty sure. And, it shows how good they actually are. Let me take a quick look at the schedule here. The amount of single-digit games that they have, including holding Texas to 7 points, holding Michigan, a ranked team, to 9 points. Michigan should have been ranked that high. That's a different discussion. But, Penn State to 14, UCLA, who was hot at the time, to 10. They're just a different level. As fun as Indiana has been, I think Ohio State shows who the real kings of the Big Ten are again.
Yeah, so one game I was looking at to decide my choice between these two was that Penn State game. Both of them played Penn State, obviously. IU barely scraped away, won by 3 against them. Ohio State blew Penn State out of the water.
Ohio State was at home though. They went to Happy Valley for Indiana. I think that
plays a part, but
I mean, yeah, Penn State's.
When you talk about like 27 to 24 compared to 38 to 14, that's not much to me. I don't think home field advantage is that big of a margin. I do think Ohio State's the better team, but since you picked them, obviously, I can go with Indiana. I think Fernando Mendoza, the biggest challenge he's going to face is the pressure coming at him, but he is one of the better quarterbacks in college football at handling pressure. And I think, it's really on him to have just an insane day to carry them to a win. Because I don't think they're going to win it by shutting down Ohio State's offense. I think they're going to have to win in a shootout, if anything. But I got the Hoosiers.
I guess my one question, just really fast before we move on, is if Alabama loses, did that knock them out? Because that makes them a 3-loss team.
I think so.
You think it knocks them out if they lose? I mean, you also got to think about...
I don't think... because the two are the teams in the bubble right now. It's like BYU and...
No. Well, I think Texas is one now. And, probably Utah. I think it was Utah.
I don't know. I think they do get knocked out. That's just what I'll say.
Bama they beat a number 11 Tennessee, a number 5
were they
Georgia,
really, that's a little...
16 Vandy, a 14 Mizzou. They lost to...
I feel like a lot of those rankings are skewed, and not a great Oklahoma team that they lost to. So. Oklahoma's okay.
I see what you did there. Good job. Yeah. That's a state abbreviation.
But, that's it for college pick'em. I believe. We can jump into the NFL picks. I think B.
All right, we got Titans Browns. Sorry.
Oh yeah, great. You can start this off.
This is a great start.
Yeah. So originally we were gonna skip over this one, but then I was like, wait, what about Cam Ward and Shador? Look, I think you got to go with Cleveland. Myles Garrett should have a multi-sack game and should get even closer to 22.5. He's at 19. Should just be exciting. Shador should get his second win as a starter, I would hope. I think, Cleveland has 2 first-round picks next year, so I think you can afford to win a couple games. And I think it builds confidence in your young team. So
yeah, I think this is a game where you can see Shador maybe air it out more, depending on if the coaches let him. Yeah. But, going with the better defense here, I'll go with Cleveland, and I think Myles Garrett, he gets like 2 sacks here. I think he can get the record against Chicago.
I thought it was interesting when Mason Rudolph stepped back on the field for the Steelers. Brought back some memories of Myles Garrett for me personally. I'm sorry. Seahawks Falcons.
Yeah, Seahawks.
Yeah. Seahawks pretty easily. I don't trust Kirk Cousins to win them a game.
Yeah, Dirty Birds, they make me mad.
Colts at Jacksonville to play the Jaguars.
This one's easy for me too. Truthfully, it's Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville being at home and just seeing how the Colts have played against better competition. Like I think they're 1-3 in their last 4 after starting 7-1, right? That's what it was. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Jacksonville.
Jags have had some pretty big wins this season over good teams, but they've also played a lot of bad teams close, so they're inconsistent. And I really don't think that the Colts are a fraudulent team, at least in the regular season. I don't see them making noise in the playoffs. I think they are. But I do see them bouncing back this week and getting a win. I'll go with the Colts.
All right. We got the Bengals Bills.
Plain and simple, Cincinnati needs this game to stay alive. I mean, the AFC North has proven that they are that bad where they will have a chance at the end probably. Joe Burrow does make a difference for me, but I would love to say Buffalo, but they've been the definition of inconsistent. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Cincinnati. Why not? Yeah, let's go.
Who's guarding Jamar and T?
Are they both playing? Because T was out last week.
I think they're both playing. I'm not sure, but if so, who's guarding Jamar? Who's guarding Jamar? I don't think anyone. So I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
Yeah.
All right. So speaking of the AFC North, we got the Steelers in Baltimore to play the Ravens. 2 6-6 teams. This is an interesting matchup.
Yeah, Pittsburgh started 4-1, and Baltimore started 1-5. So this is a very interesting how they're both 6-6 at this point. But, truthfully, if I'm being 100% honest, I'm rooting for Tomlin to keep his record, and then he can go off do whatever else. Just because, there aren't a lot of black coaches to begin with, so it's cool to see him do that. But I just think Baltimore is the better team. Pittsburgh, the fact that they have to exclusively run out of the pistol because Aaron Rodgers' wrist is all messed up, I think it's a lot easier to game plan against one formation as opposed to a variety of them. And there's a lot of animosity in that locker room from what it seems. And post-game interviews, Aaron Rodgers seems very, very frustrated. Pittsburgh wants Tomlin out. So I think due to all of that, I'm going to take Baltimore.
Truthfully, I don't think there's like a playoff caliber team in the North right now. But I will be going with the Ravens. I think Rodgers is just so beat up at this point in the season. And it doesn't feel like anyone likes each other on that team. Like there's no camaraderie anywhere. Like Rodgers with his teammates with Rodgers. Coaching doesn't seem connected with the players. And the Ravens, I feel like after losing last week to the Bengals bad, they just need a bounce back win here. Yeah. And somehow Tomlin's going to get his 9-8 season still though.
I do believe.
But yeah, the Ravens.
We got a AFC West matchup. The 10-2 Broncos going to Las Vegas to probably beat down on the 2-10 Raiders.
I don't know why we didn't.
I overlooked that one.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Denver. Yeah,
Denver.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, that was a quick one. Now NFC West matchup: Rams Cardinals. This is probably another beatdown.
Yeah, I'm gonna take LA. Kyler's out for the year. I think you kind of know Arizona's game plan. Jacoby's throwing 50 times a game for whatever reason. But LA, we were talking about it. I think last week was more of LA beating themselves as opposed to the Rams really being outplayed by the Panthers. So, yeah, I don't think Stafford turns the ball over 3 times again, and I'm going to take LA.
I would hope not. You covered all the bases. I'll go with the Rams, too.
Yes, because I like baseball.
Alrighty, we got a big matchup here. Bears, Packers, in Green Bay.
Biggest game of the week by far. Probably the biggest game of this rivalry in like 15 years. We were talking about that. It's going to be fun. There's been a lot of player talk in the media as of recently. Now, Mike was talking about how he does not like the Bears at all because he feels that they're disrespectful and he likes playing for respectful people. You have to earn respect. And obviously, LaFleur and Ben Johnson had their jibber-jabber in the media when Ben Johnson said he enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice a year and LaFleur said he doesn't even know who Ben Johnson is. And then also said that whenever he needs any motivation, he watches that clip to get him over the hump. So there's going to be a lot of animosity. It's going to be cold, so the hits are going to hurt more. And we were talking about it. It's better when it's cold for that game. It makes more sense.
It's true.
But obviously, I'm going to roll with the Bears. We did find out today, though, Odunze's out, so switch your fantasy team.
I did. I put in Zach Sharp.
So that should mean that Luther hopefully gets more involved. That means DJ's going to have to be more involved. Colston will probably be more involved. And we'll really see what this Bears team is made of. If they win, I think you have to make them a legitimate playoff threat. I think, like they.
I agree with that.
Yeah. So we're gonna go with the Bears. I do think it will be close. I mean, Green Bay is favored by 7, but we'll see what happens.
7? That's kind of crazy. Last week was the first time that I watched a Bears game this season, and was like, this team's legit. Like they didn't play to their competition; they just played their game, and I think that's what led them to winning by a wide margin against a good Eagles team. Mm-hmm. But this week, I don't know if you can trust the rushing game to be that efficient again. Mm-hmm. You know, Monangai and Swift both going over 100. I think, what's his face? Micah Parsons, he's going to be all over Caleb. And I just think he's going to make some mistakes in this game. It's a high-pressure game. I'll go with Green Bay.
All right. Big matchup for me and Colin.
Yeah,
7-5 Texans, 6-6 Chiefs in Kansas City.
I'll say every game from this point, I don't think you need to win out, but every game, you need to play it like that. Mm-hmm. You need to play like you lose and you're out, or else, you just might be. Because 10-7 is not a guaranteed playoff lock these days. 11-6 probably is. Houston is very hot right now, but I think Mahomes, to win this game, you're going to need to put the team on his back. O-line is heavily injured right now. Mm-hmm. I know Josh Simmons for sure is out, but Trey Smith and Jawan are both questionable right now. It's going to be a tough battle to climb, but defense probably has to hold the Texans under 20, and Chiefs have to score probably closer to 30, which they haven't done in a while. So we'll see if that can happen. I'm going to go with the Chiefs, though.
To nobody's surprise. I think you did a good job of covering a lot of what needed to be said. Houston, I remember talking about this with you in the chat a couple weeks ago, and you were like, I'm not even worried about Houston. Now here they are rattling off wins in a row. Davis Mills did a good job of holding them over until CJ came back. They didn't play this amazing offensive game against Indianapolis, but their defense is for real.
That's the thing that scares me. I don't know how Mahomes is going to feel after this one, just getting constant pressure, but I don't think their offense poses much of a threat.
It's going to be 26 degrees, so it's going to be really cold. So hits are going to hurt more too.
Yeah.
Truthfully though, I'm gonna go Kansas City as well. They're at home. They've proven to be very dominant at home. 5-1 at home, and they have 10 home games for whatever reason, but that just is what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna go with KC, and hopefully they win, so my pick'ems record doesn't fall.
Nice.
For Monday Night Football, to finish us off with the NFL this week, we have a good matchup with a lot of playoff implications here. 8-4 Eagles versus the 8-4 Chargers in Inglewood in LA.
Yeah. I mean, the Chargers have definitely been getting healthier. But I think, truthfully, Philly, they're just a better team from top to bottom. So I think I'm going to take Philly. I just think they know how desperate that they need to just win, because winning covers a lot of issues. So looks like they finally figured out how to get A.J. Brown the ball, because despite how well the Bears played against the Eagles, A.J. Brown did have a very good game. So I'm going to go with Philly. I think A.J. Brown is due for another big game, and we'll see.
The offense, I can't remember which game. It's been like 4 or 5 weeks now. After that game where they dropped like 40 and looked like the offense was here, they kind of dropped back down to being that same just inconsistent offense the past couple weeks. I think we can see another offensive breakout here this week, and maybe Barkley finally gets going. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. I'll pick the Eagles here. Get Barkley going.
I think that's all I have.
Yep.
Yeah, Monday night. So.
Yeah, all right. Well, hopefully...
What's next?
Moving on to some NBA.
Yeah. I mean, look, there's just... The games are not that important yet, in my opinion.
Like a quarter of the way through the season.
Yeah.
Not too much.
I mean, we can talk about the obvious in terms of my thing. I fell for the bait when it came to the Bulls, and they're just bad again, and that's just going to be what it is. Until Billy gets fired, I don't really understand. I don't know if I mentioned it on the pod yet, but Wes Unseld Jr. had them 28th in defensive efficiency last year, and now they were the first team in like 30 years to give up 110 points in like 10 straight games. So I don't know why he still has a job, but he does. It also came out that Giannis and his agents talked to the Bulls front office, and they said that they were not interested because they don't want to break up their young core. Okay, thanks. Like, I don't really know why we don't want to pursue the big star, but we don't. In terms of other things, though, Giannis is now hurt. Trade rumors are swirling everywhere. I guess if he does go, where do you think he goes?
It feels like New York is the most likely territory. The Knicks, and I'll throw in Brooklyn there because it's in New York, but it feels like the Knicks are the most obvious option. Big market, good team where he can go and contend. That's not where he wouldn't be able to contend if he went to Brooklyn. But it sounds like a trade to the Knicks would be most likely. I don't know what the Knicks give up on that, but
I'm just trying to imagine.
It sounds like he wants to go there, which is the main thing. It sounds like wherever he wants to go is going to be the place that he goes, and it will be a short list of teams that he really wants to be at.
Well, yeah, right. Like he talked about how he wanted to play for the Bulls early, like a couple years ago. So I think he wants to play in like a big market for once, for a change. It's weird imagining him in another uniform. Like I'm just trying to imagine him in like the Knicks orange. It just doesn't
feel right. Yeah.
I hope I hope he stays. Like Milwaukee, that's his thing. But I think the Knicks, if they can somehow do it without getting rid of Cat,
that's what I've seen in trades. They've been giving up Cat recently, which would suck.
Yeah, I think if they can somehow do it without giving him up, that would be cool. Or Josh Hart. I think that the camaraderie, but that might mean you lose someone like McCall.
The scariest destination I've seen so far is probably the Spurs.
Yes.
Teaming up with Wemby, and they'd give up, because they have so many recent picks. They give up Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, guys that are good players, but you still have players sticking around like Fox, Wemby, and Giannis. That's clearly the best big three in the league right there. Mm-hmm. That would just be so scary in my opinion. I'm not sure how legitimate those reports of those rumors are actually going to happen.
That would just be, I just don't believe it.
But that's just the worst case scenario for the league in my head if he goes there. It'd be fun, but I feel like it'd be an easier path to a finals with those three.
I agree. Now, onto something that's less fun. The Chris Paul thing, that happened a couple days ago, so I would say, Tuesday or Wednesday by this point?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I just think it's very And surprisingly, Stephen A. actually put it best. I just think, like, you just don't do that to a future Hall of Famer. Like, it's very disrespectful. Like, it was the last game of their road trip. You can wait for you to come back and agree to a buyout and have him go a little bit with more dignity. But you send him home and then cut him.
Yeah, the wordage of it, sent him home.
Yeah.
Like, he's not like a 40-year-old man who did so much for the franchise.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just crazy to me.
I mean, he is probably the best Clipper point guard in recent history.
Yeah.
So
because I was talking about it with you. Like, I used to think the Clippers organization was pretty well ran at the top, like good guys doing like what's best for their players. But this kind of just shocked me.
yeah,
I don't know what they're doing. And Ty Lue seems like he had some animosity towards Chris Paul too, which I didn't know was a thing. But it's all a little disappointing in my eyes because Chris Paul is such a legend in the league. He's the point guard for a reason, and it's just a tough way to go out. I don't know what really happens from here.
yeah, I agree. I mean, truthfully, I keep saying just go sign a vet minimum with OKC and get a ring. Like, Shea loves him. Like, he did a lot in Shea's and Lou Dort's development. Like, they've talked about it a lot. So just go back to OKC and get yourself a ring.
Yeah, you don't even have to play. Just
Yeah.
get out there and ride the bench and win a ring.
It'd be awesome if you got a ring.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
At this point, he has nothing left to prove. He can't really prove anything with his level of skill anyways at this point.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you know,
But still.
you got to respect it. First player in NBA history to go 20,000 points, 10,000 assists. That at 6 foot tall. That's very, very impressive.
Mm-hmm.
So
And the Clippers treat him like that.
yeah, exactly.
He was not the problem with that team. Like, that's not going to solve anything.
It's just they're old. They're really old. They thought for some reason that was going to work. They saw the Lakers blueprint a couple years ago and were like, you know what, this is what we want to do.
Speaking of the Lakers, LeBron, 10-point streak. I don't know the exact number.
It was 1,297.
Thank you so much. But it ended in like one of the best way possible, honestly. Dishing out the game-winning assist to Rui for the 3 when he could have took up a shot. Even if he misses it, it goes to overtime. He has another chance to reach 10. But he clearly wasn't thinking about that. So selfless. One of the most unselfish players in the NBA while being such a great scorer. But it is a little sad that streak is over.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, right? And it's just like, I mean, they came out with a report today that he has arthritis in his foot now.
Really?
So, yeah. So,
He's
like,
an old man.
he's really just getting old.
Yeah.
But, what was I going to... Oh, literally, like, I said, my whole life, essentially, he had that streak. Like, 2007. So, it is...
It's crazy.
I don't know if it's sad per se, but it's definitely just like
It's monumental.
yeah, like it's almost surreal. Like you wake up, you know, death taxes LeBron has 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's death taxes Kevin Durant has 10 points. I think he was the next in line.
Okay.
So yeah, but they came out with the thing where Kevin Durant would have to play 10 years of 82 games to tie what LeBron
Oh my
did.
gosh.
Like it's absurd.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of talk to it because LeBron was out for a lot of this season, and the Lakers are playing good. So, like, people were like, does LeBron make this team worse? And I think a play like that just shows that, like, he's willing to take a bit of a backseat to do what he needs to do for the team just to win and just to get to that point. So, really, I mean, I think it just shows that he's ready to kind of take a secondary role to Luka and even Austin Reeves at times, if that means the team is going to be better overall.
Yeah, I do agree.
Yeah.
Last thing I want to touch on really fast. I think we got to talk about Detroit, and you got to talk about Oklahoma City.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma City being 21-1. We all knew that they, truthfully, okay, let's just be honest. I think we all knew they had the best chance of going back to back. I think everybody kind of knew that coming into the year. But 21-1 is kind of bonkers. And we talk about it every time. The one game they lost, they were up 20 points. So it's just like, who is going to stand in their way at this point? Because they're playing so well, and it's how they play well. Because it's Shea, and then they played 20 games without their second option, and now he's back, and now they're even better. And it's just like, how do you beat them at this point? Do you have an answer?
How do you beat the Thunder?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
We need Halliburton back. That's how.
Okay.
Halliburton's the answer.
I don't think Halliburton's the answer.
I think,
He wasn't the answer.
truthfully, the answer I think is actually Denver, but
Yeah, I think. Well, like I said preseason, I think I said the Nuggets and the Knicks was my final picks. So I do think the Nuggets will be the team that has the best shot to
dethrone.
knock out the Thunder, because I don't think anyone in the East is going to beat the Thunder.
The Chicago Bulls will on like a windy, cold night because they tend to do that. They tend to beat the top team and they'll lose to the Brooklyn Nets.
But I mean, yeah, everyone knows how good the Thunder is, but the Pistons are obviously a bigger shock. Like, I don't really know how they're doing it because they don't have a lot of scorers outside of Cade. They really just do it by playing Detroit basketball. They're so gritty on the defensive end, and they run the floor. They have so many athletes, and it's working right now. I don't know how it's going to project in the playoffs, but it's fun basketball.
Yes.
I think it's kind of funny how they kind of follow the same path almost. Like, dude, not even just the rebuild, but they're both like really young teams that play hard nose, like, and are known for their defense. Like, that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean Detroit plays defense by committee. I think they do a great job of helping and rotating, and 1 through 5. If you're on the floor, you must play defense. Besides Duncan Robinson.
And they can all switch. Like, both teams can all switch through.
Yeah, I'll say Jalen Duren being as good as he's been this year for the Pistons is probably if you're going to pick a player, that's the primary reason why they are doing so well. Because he's better on defense, but he was always like, that was his bread and butter. But he's providing you 20 points per game in the offensive end too. So, like, that's been the biggest factor for me, just looking at the players, why Detroit has been so good this season.
My guess is it's ice or something.
I think it's posters falling down upstairs. I thought there was a ghost in the house.
I'll say one more thing with Detroit before we move on. I think they're the definition of learning how to lose before you can win, and they've kind of learned how to not lose now. Like, they lost so much, and they've kind of evolved out of that. And my dad and I were talking about it too. Like, it showed that firing Monty Williams, like, he was holding them back. Because they bring in Bickerstaff with essentially the same roster, and they win 44 games. So,
and I mean development as well.
Yeah, development of players, but a 1 year difference like
point.
that. Yeah,
like there's so many teams like I don't know, like the Hornets or the Wizards that like they're doing the same things, but they don't learn. Is what you're saying. They don't actually make those improvements. So I think it does say something about the coaching.
And I feel like maybe not so much with the Hornets, but like the Wizards, I feel like they give up on their young core. Like they continually giving up on their young core every couple of years and like try to refresh.
Detroit's they've hit on more picks, I feel like, but they've also given it time for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it helps when you are in the position to draft Cade coming in. It does.
Yeah, I mean he came on, and I mean he missed a lot of time though in those first couple seasons. So it's good to see him healthy and that he's playing. But let's keep up the hoops talk. We're gonna talk college basketball a little bit. There's some good games for Saturday. So whenever, I guess the 6th, same. But we saw UNC and Kentucky play Thursday night. That one came down to the wire, and UNC ended up winning. I don't know if they surprised anybody, but it's nice to see them be good. I always have a soft spot for UNC. I just want to see them win. I don't know why. I prefer UNC to Duke.
I mean, I'd agree with that, but they're a blue blood. So if they're going to be bad for a couple seasons, like, I'm not going to care that much. Kentucky, though, in all 3 of their like top 25 matchups this season, they've gone 0-3. Mark Pope, he had an interview after one of those games where there's like he pretty much took like all the blame on himself, which I think is good, but I'm just not sure how good of a coach he actually is at this point because he didn't have any major coaching experience before getting that job, if I'm correct.
I don't know, so that may be correct. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
But he did also say that he wished that he was farther along with this group than he was. Yeah. That was the big thing that stood out to me. And if you're going to say that as a coach, then clearly that might mean that you really are not doing enough. So we'll see. Kentucky, they're always good. They're always going to have some sort of talent. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure they'll find a way to make the tournament because they're just they have too much talent to not. But Saturday, a lot of really, really good games. There's Purdue and Iowa State. You got Michigan State and Duke. That one I'll probably watch more likely than the Purdue-Iowa State. But, I mean, Michigan State, I think, for me at least, I knew that they were going to be better, but it's nice to just see Izzo go out, be successful again.
Isn't his best start since the championship season?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Colin gets you the most exciting 8 points ever.
And I think their team just shows you how valuable it is to have an elite point guard at the college level. Jeremy Fears leading at least power 4 in assists per game, but he's just a dog. Yeah.
Is he related to Jeremiah?
Yeah, they're cousins or brothers, something like that. They're related.
That might make sense.
So,
but then you got to talk about Cam Boozer.
Best freshman for sure, maybe the best player in the country.
I mean, 23.6 points per game. It's pretty good as a freshman.
Yeah.
They're brothers.
Are they?
Yeah, it says
Isn't-
brother?
I think Jeremy's older too. He's been in college for a while.
Yes, because he got shot.
He did.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the thing.
Jeremy Fears Jr. got shot 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Good
But
for him. Not the shooting, but coming back.
yeah, coming back
Yeah.
and being an elite player.
Mhm.
Them being in East Lansing, I know I guess it's just an extra pick 'em. I might just take Michigan State, truthfully.
Yeah, I'd like to see Michigan State win that game.
Yeah, Duke annoys me. They just do.
Yeah.
Why can you never just not be good? That's why. Another thing, Indiana, Louisville. I think Indiana, who'd they lose to? They lost to somebody, and it was like an upset, and it was kind of just like
It was Minnesota.
Yes, it was Minnesota.
I was like, oh, Missouri. That makes it look better for them.
Yeah. Louisville being as high as they are kind of surprised me because I think they lost some people last year in that little tournament that they
I think
had.
it's just because of the recruiting class they had, but
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen it. A good freshman class does not translate to great basketball. Even though that Michael Brown Jr. he's very talented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. College basketball, it's just been fun so far. I think there's been a lot of good games. You finally are starting to see the undefeated teams, the unranked teams beat some ranked teams because that was a big thing for a while that none had beaten anybody. That's what you love to see when it comes to college basketball. Arizona being number 2 in the country, I might put them 1, truthfully. Like, they've just looked really, really good. But, I mean, they play Auburn. Auburn's not the same team. But I think Bruce Pearl also was a big part of why they were so good.
Mm-hmm.
He was on the over the players only tournament in Las Vegas over the break. He was on the broadcast when Auburn played Michigan. Actually, Michigan might be our number 1 team, but besides that, he was on the broadcast and he was just so quiet for most of it, and it was just like Michigan is the real deal, but Auburn they're not the same. Like they're, I mean, I guess losing. Did he win Player of the Year, Broom?
I think so.
Yeah. Or did Flag win it? It might have been Flag. But point
he
is,
was runner-up or the winner. Yeah, he was very good. It hurts to lose a player like that.
yeah, they're just not the same team. But obviously, there's time to change.
Yeah.
New coach, new system.
Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You need to watch some more.
On to the next.
Dog of the week? Wow.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay. All right.
Is this... I can go first. Is this... I don't know if this is against the rule, but I kind of have 2. I just said the Thursday night kickers.
I've done 2 before.
I just said the Thursday night football kickers. Of course, Brandon Aubrey. He was 5 for 5 from field goal. 160, 2 from 50. Yeah, really impressive stuff. Even though they lost 30-44. And then Jake Bates hit on all 5 of his extra points. 3 for 4 from field goal range. A really good day for kickers. I'm in a league right now where I have Jake Bates, but I'm going against Brandon Aubrey. So it's just a very weird way to start the week. But those guys are my dogs of the week.
I think first off, we got to shout out Nashawn Wright, former Dog of the Week winner, winning NFC Defensive Player of the Month. We kind of talked about it. He is very much boomer bust. He's given up the most touchdowns in coverage, but he also leads the league in picks. And I think he might lead him in turnovers because he has 3 forced fumbles.
Okay.
So, 5 picks, 3 forced fumbles.
There you go. That's
Yeah. So he's having a very big turnover year, kind of like Trayvon Diggs, truthfully. But my dog of the week will stick close to home because there's been a lot of sports the last couple of weeks and we didn't do one before we came on. I'll go Grace Slaughter.
Oh
Yeah.
Is she too good?
Oh, she doesn't get the recognition though.
That's true.
Yeah, she doesn't,
I'll give it to
she
you.
doesn't have the. Well, she did. She made the
tournament team.
The tournament team that she made.
But she wasn't all SEC, was she?
No. And
Okay,
then
that's fair.
She
That's
made.
fair.
She made.
She was second team last year. All SEC.
Was she second team? I guess
I'll
I
give it
don't
to
know.
you. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, she's your family. Why are you trying to go against
Well,
her?
her freshman year she was. Oh, I'm not. I'm saying
She was all freshman SEC.
Yeah, and I think last year she was on one of the teams.
Yeah, but she was also what? she was also all like NCAA. She was in their starting 5 last week when they go through
Oh,
their
I saw
best
that
players.
one.
Yeah, when they go through their best players, she was a
No,
part of it.
she's hooping. Even though
More
I know
efficient.
That first game we went to obviously was poor, and ever since then it's been up.
Yeah, I mean we kind of talked about it. They put her in more of a 5 position at times,
Yep.
and she's been taking advantage. She really does love her left hand, but I did see something last night. Let me tell you, she finished with her right hand off a drive.
Wow.
I was like, "Are you okay?" Yeah, it was impressive. She probably beat me in a 1v1.
She's right-handed, so it's
It's
weird
quite,
to me.
It's quite odd
Yeah.
how good she is with the left hand, but
Oh, okay. I did. By the way, I want to say I lied. Grace was not. She was the scholar athlete of the year, but she was not on first or second team.
Big brain.
she'll be this year
He's
probably.
got that big.
Yeah, if she keeps playing the way she's playing,
Yeah,
she'll
it
make
depends
it
on
again.
how.
Yeah, I mean, she's averaging 27.5. She's averaging 20 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 2 assists per game. So
It's good stuff.
Pretty good. Song of the week.
I'll lead off. So neither of you are on Spotify, but I just want to give a little shout out to Spotify Wrapped.
Right.
This because it came out this week, and my number one song, which I'm putting for my song of the week, was "Falling Apart" by Slow Pulp. Nice.
Slow
indie
Pulp.
folk song.
Pulp or Pope?
Like
orange juice?
Orange juice pulp?
Yeah. By the way, what do we feel on orange juice? Personally,
No
free kind of guy.
No pulp.
Yeah.
I'm a pulp free.
My dad loves pulp. I do not. Yeah.
There you go.
It
I'm
feels
not
weird.
going
It's
with
like
it.
stuff swimming in your mouth. I
Yeah.
don't like it. Yeah. It's just not good. My song of the week is going to be Sign of the Times by Daniel Caesar.
Ah. You know, Juan's a big Daniel Caesar fan.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been.
That's interesting.
Is it?
it?
To me, yeah.
I guess you don't know him like I do.
Yeah.
Song of the week. Well, I have Apple Music. Obviously, Replay Rap is basically the same thing. My number one song was very surprising, and I'm not necessarily the most proud of it. Truthfully, it was Luther with Kendrick and SZA, but that makes sense. I saw him in June, so I listened to a lot of the set list and such. To nobody's surprise, Kendrick was my number one artist, but I've been into an R&B kick recently, as I think I might have mentioned. So my song of the week is gonna be "Unpredictable," Jamie Foxx and Ludacris. It's from 2004. It's before we were born, bud.
I don't know if I know that one.
It's a good one. Yeah.
Okay, I believe you.
Thank you, man. Yeah. Ludacris has a very interesting line in that one that I won't say because I know my little brothers watch this. But, yeah. So that is the conclusion of this week's episode of the Chop House Pod. We will have more fun stuff to come. I know a lot of people really enjoyed the Are You Smart?
Hey, thanks for coming back, everyone.
Yeah.
We
We had over
appreciate
100 views again. I mean, we're back.
Are we back? Oh, man.
Yeah, Colin is still embarrassed by his performance. Plymouth Rock was not good.
Plymouth Rock.
Plymouth Rock, Boston.
Boston.
Yeah, Boston, 142.
Oxford.
Yeah. But we will have more fun stuff to come. Maybe a Family Feud. We talked about that.
We've got a lot of ideas up here.
Yeah. Yeah. We're also thinking at some point we might just break down these segments into their own videos. So if you're still here, I hope you appreciate that at some point. Like, you might just do a whole week dedicated, maybe to when the college football games are on. We'll do that. And college basketball gets a little bit more exciting as such. Maybe when conference play starts.
Are we going to do the Manning cast, the Chop House cast?
Yeah, we'll just...
For games?
Yeah, but we don't have licensing rights. So we're just... Yeah. But thank you all for coming back. Come back again. 115 subscribers. That's a lot.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see ya.
All right.